Browne's best-known work, and since it first was published in 1923, the Book of Prose has been translated into 40 languages and sold more than 9 million copies. And now, the classic work about the life and human condition hits the silver screen as an animated film. Here's a snippet from the official trailer.
Mustafa, you bring a riot to our doorstep. Why do you persist with these rebellious speeches? I have only spoken with love. Nothing less than a call to rebellion.
Just a little bit of the animated film, The Prophet. Now, the film opens today at the Van City Theatre, and it features the work of Vancouver animation company Bardale Entertainment. Joining us now in studio is Chris Browne, studio computer graphics supervisor for that company. Hello there.
Hi.
How cool is this to finally see this now on the screen?
Oh, it's fantastic. We're all really excited about it.
It combines what they call 2D and 3D animation. How common is that?
Well, I mean, it is mostly a 3D animated film.
I can't read you.
It's combining 2D
From my
hand-drawn backgrounds, but all the animation is CGI, but it's developed
How do you make that work, though?
It's actually really challenging. First, the challenge of having a 2D hand-drawn background. Typically, you'd have a 2D hand-drawn animated character interact with this background. But with the CGI model, it's built in 3D, so it's more like a three-dimensional puppet that moves through 3D space. If you put that over a 2D background, it's very difficult for an animator to orient where it is. If you can imagine the 3D character walking down the path off into the distance, it's quite challenging to have that perspective match from actual 3D to an artist's interpretation of the perspective in a painting.
So you certainly didn't take the easy way out. Why did you want to make it this way then?
Well, it's interesting. It actually started as a 2D hand-drawn film. That was Roger's passion. He's famous for The Lion King. He wrote and directed it. He loves that natural, organic hand touch of a 2D animated film. And they realized that they had budgetary and scheduling concerns with that particular technique, so they had to deviate. And one of the producers had suggested making it CGI, but of course Roger was not only so passionate about the art form of 2D hand-drawn animation and the look of it, he fell in love with these background paintings that they had designed.
Salma Hayek, who produced this, said in an interview recently, and I quote here, "The movie's about freedom, and the animation gave us the freedom to be more faithful to the theme of the film," unquote. Why was the animation so crucial to this film?
Well, I think the animation is complete artistic freedom. You can really do anything with it. The book of poetry is very spiritual. It has lots of very metaphorical ideas to it, and to be able to depict those through animation really gives it that nice touch that you can really achieve with that medium.
Who's your audience?
The audience is probably the whole family, I would say. It's got some comedic moments that children would really enjoy. It's got a child character, but it also has this philosophical prophet in it as well. So it's I would say it teaches kids about life as well as giving them a really entertaining movie to watch.
Because it has that philosophical background, it'll be interesting to see how the kids take away from it, which might be totally different in their minds.
Well, I mean, Roger has done some screenings with kids. Of course, adults are giving it praise internationally, but the kids really seem to enjoy it as well. And he had written certain segments with kids in mind, certain wacky moments, slapstick type of humor, but it's the other elements of the story that the kids really identified with that really surprised Roger during his screenings.
As you said, it's received wide acclaim. What do you expect the audience to take away from the Vancouver screen?
Well, I hope that they would all come out to support this production that our local studio, Bardale Entertainment, made.
It's been received around the world, but it's a Vancouver product.
It is. I mean, there's some international animators that did short snippets, but it is pretty much mostly done in Vancouver.
Chris, final question: what's it like to sit back and actually see something on the screen, knowing how hard people had to work on that? You know what went into the production of that. Those of us that aren't in the business, we don't. We just appreciate it. We say, "Wow, that was really cool." How do you watch it?
Well, it's interesting because when I had worked on the film, in animation, you really see a typical animator would do about 28 seconds a week, and
But
that's
you
a
see
lot.
every frame
We
by
see,
frame.
we see every frame, every 4 seconds repeated over and over and over until we get it just right. So I had seen every second many, many times over, and I often critique the work in the edit suite. And even still, though, when I sit in the theater, I do get swept away with the story and the music, and I'm kind of just an audience member, just enjoying it at
So
that
you
point.
become like the rest of us, just there to be entertained.
I would say so, but I do keep in mind some of the hardships it was to make it.
Congratulations on this, and best of luck to everybody at Bardale, because it's a wonderful production, and thanks for coming in.
Great, thank you very much.
Chris Browne is the studio CG supervisor for Bardale Entertainment. The Profit
I'm
opens at the
archiving the
Van
show.
City Theater today and runs until the 23rd. Highly recommend you get a chance to go and see this. Keeping in mind as well, it's a Vancouver production. 25 minutes now past 8 o'clock. Time to chat business with Phil DeMont at the CBC Business Desk. Hello there.
Hello, Rick.
If you get a chance to see The Profit, if it's in Toronto, you should.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I see now in September Apple was supposed to announce its next generation of Apple TV, and now it's not.
It's done.
What's going on?
Well,